I make the world graphical.
I add value through my products.
I am an animator.
I am a filmmaker.
I develop trends.
I transform designs to reality.
I create environments.
I translate stories to furniture.
I design experiences.
I'm an immersive media designer.
I design mobility.
This is not only a design institute.
This is a design lab.
Join us in our design movement.
Since last 5 years, as a part of Design Connect program, we are interacting with design aspirants through various webinars, seminars, and workshops where experts share their experiences with the young budding designers. This year, we have moved one step ahead by keeping these sessions more interactive and engaging students to get hands-on experience on various topics of design. So here we are today with Design Connect, Aabhasi Duniya 2.0, Adventure with New Reality by Professor Shakti Banerjee sir. He is the Head of Department, Immersive Media Design, MIT Institute of Design, MIT ADT University, Pune. And we have with us Assistant Professor Hemant Wangikar, Immersive Media Design, MIT Institute of Design, MIT ADT University, Pune. So I feel honored to welcome and introduce our speakers for today's Design Connect. Professor Shakti sir, a design educator, professor and head of Department of Immersive Media Design at MIT Institute of Design. A unique first of its kind master program in India has been formulated by him and launched in year 2018, which is the convergence of design with emerging technologies such as VR, AR, and tangible computing. He created Immersive Media Design's core structure, abstract, and curriculum to keep with the fast-paced immersive technology industry. Also currently pursuing a PhD in design on the topic of immersive media applications in design education, and has published a couple of papers in Scopus Index journals. Recently, his paper on application immersive media got awarded Best Distinguished Paper at HWWE 2021 at IIT Guwahati. He is a former faculty in National Institute of Design, heading digital game design. He was involved in developing the digital game curriculum and its implementation. With a master's in degree from NID, Shakti sir has carved himself as a fine professional with experience in various companies such as the Times of India, India Today, Ramoji Film City, ETV Network, UTV Mumbai, and ZTV Network, with various roles such as design officer, promo head, creative director, and VFX supervisor, among others. Over time, his explorations have been acknowledged at various levels in India and abroad to fuel more passion in him for more ventures in unknown territories. His expertise lies in areas such as immersive media, AR, VR, motion graphics, visual effects, system design, and interaction design. His awards in the year 2000, Hey Ram, directed by Kamal Hassan, National Award for Best Visual Effects. In the year 2003, Koi Mil Gaya, directed by Rakesh Roshan, won Screen Film Award for Visual Effects. Professor Hemant sir has done his Masters in Computer Applications from Bharati Vidyapeeth University with 3 years of experience in various industries. He is an immersive applications developer who worked on various platforms like mobile, VR, AR, desktop, and web. He has extensive knowledge in softwares like Unity, Visual Studio, Vuforia, and Xcode. He has also worked in gaming industry for 2 years and has published 2 games. His interests are immersive design, software development, and game design. So now I request to Professor Shakti sir to take over the further proceedings of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavika. Thanks for your introduction. So, yes, friends, we are again come up with another session of immersive media, which is Aabhasi Duniya 2.0. So, what are we going to do today? What is our journey today will be? We'll be talking about immersive media. We'll talk about AR, VR, MR, XR. Then we also talk about metaverse and NFT, which is now a very hot topic. And then we talk about what is immersive media design as a program, for in MIT ID. And then we'll give some demos about AR, VR, our students' work. And finally, we'll give some showreel, and then we'll attend a question and answer. Let's start with Hemant sir's presentation.
So guys, my name is Hemant. Let's start with my presentation. Okay, so let me share my screen and let's discuss about the few stuff like immersive media, AR, VR, as well as the metaverse and NFTs. Hope you can see my screen, right? So yeah, let's start with what is immersive media. So immersive media is traditionally we used to with the 2D flat screen. So we take information from 2D flat screen like a phone, like a laptop or phone, mobile, and TV. So these are 2-dimensional screen won't make us more immersive. That means we can't able to see the world with a 3D format. The world is 3D format, but the content is still a 2D format. So to overcome that, we have an immersive media. So in immersive media, we have 3 major technologies. First of all, virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. With the combination of these technologies, we can able to have immersive experiences as follows. So basically, once imagine you have a video going on, and in the video, you able to be in that video. You can tilt your heads and you can experience those things in such a way that you are inside that video, you are part of that movie, right? So this is what the immersive media is all about. The interaction not only by the flat screen, by it will be like kind of a human interactions, like you are touching you are touching the animals, you are touching the things that around you, but it's virtual. So this is what immersive media wants to cover. It makes that a person feel that he's inside that world. So that is all about the immersive medium. Next, so you might get confused. Many of you had confused between what is AR, VR, MR, and what is relation between all those things, right? So let me cover up this. So first of all, AR is nothing but augmented reality. What is augmented reality? Imagine you might have played the games like Pokemon Go and all. So in that we have a virtual object on the real world. You open the camera and you can see, you can place Pokemons, you can collect the Pokemons, and you can see the virtual object within a real world. So that's the AR. But you are experiencing those things with the 2D flat screen, right? Like a phone, like a tablet, right? So that's the AR. And VR is nothing but an entire world, entire experience is a virtual experience. So imagine you want to have experiences, you want to have a training, you want to have a 3D movie, you're being in that movie, right? So you're being in that movie, you are seeing the 360 view of your movie, and you are feel like you're in part of that movie, and you want to touch it, those things that like your hero is coming in front of you and the objects are coming from back to you. It's like kind of that kind of feeling, right? So in VR, you are totally cut off from the real world. You can't able to see the real world, but you can experience the virtual world more immersively, because as you are not able to see the real world, that's why you are focusing in the virtual world that you are experiencing in the 360 manner. That's the VR, right? So in the MR, what's the MR then? Many of you got confused, but what it's kind of VR, it's kind of AR. What is that? So let me explain you. MR is nothing but, imagine the addition of two technologies. First, AR and VR. So what's good about AR? You can augment real, virtual things inside a real world, right? But we can able to see those AR things only on flat 2D screen, like a phone, right? So that's the problem. The negative problem is that we are not going to be immersive in the AR. But in the VR, what's the bad thing? Because you are cut off from the real world, you can't able to see, you can't able to interact, you can't able to use those things continuously, right? You are just using for some kind of experience, like a movies, like a training, like games. You want to be in that world, but in the what about the other time, right? You want to be outside, you want to be within your friends. You can't able to do that, right? So for that, the combination of those two technologies, we have a MR, where you can able to see real world, but you also can able to see the augmented reality things, like you can see the virtual objects in front of real world. And what's the additional benefit of that? The degree of freedom. What is degree of freedom? You can move. We can move front, back, left, right, down. You can move anywhere. You can see the entire thing like a virtual objects anywhere. But in the phone, what difference is? In a phone, you have to move the phone, right? But in the MR, you have a glasses. So glasses, we are be immersive as well as you can able to see the real world. So that's the beauty of the MR. So let's discuss about what is industries up to in the AR, VR, MR industry technologies, right? So first, let's go to the AR, augmented reality. So industries mostly, I would suggest, I would say that AR will be the next big thing. AR and MR will be the next big thing, because no one wants to be inside the 3D world unless until you are gaming or you are watching a movie like in a VR. So for everyone wants to be don't want to be cut off from the real world. So some people wants to that objects, some UI, some elements inside real world. That's enough for them, right? So for that we have AR and MR. First, we'll talk about the AR. So you can see in the if you can see my mouse, then you can see the first image. It's AR shopping promotion and trials. It's done by Monor in Switzerland. Imagine you have a TV, you have an advertise, and you have a magazine, and you see a good model with a good dresses and all, right? And you want to purchase those things. Always you want to feel like, I want those kind of dresses, right? So imagine you're opening your phone and you're just watching that on that photo. You're watching on that magazine, and the things are pop up like you can see the ad, you can see the model is moving, you can see that cart option, you can click that card and you can just directly go there and just directly buy that exact dress, right? That's the beauty of those things. Imagine that you want to feel the dress, you want to trial that dress before you purchase it. See, that's the problem with the e-commerce right now. Unless until you arrive it at your home and you feel it, you experience it, you can't able to understand what's the fabric and what's the things within it and how it's going to look onto you, right? So to overcome that, they have a trials app. Imagine just you have to open the camera, you have to open the front pressing, and you can see the ornaments, you can see the makeup, you can see the lipstick, you can even check the rings and all the stuff, right? So you can experience those things with the AR trial apps without even purchasing, without even going to the store. You are experiencing that and you are seeing that what will it will look on top of you, right? So that's the app they have made in the manual. Second one, you can see here, the second one, it's some kind of factory, right? It's a manufacturing assistant app developed by the National Water Company in Israel. As you know, Israel is more advanced these days. So in that, they have, imagine we have a very complex factory and the new workers are coming and they don't know how to operate, how to be in that space with the safety and precaution and understanding of engineering, right? To overcome that, overcome a cost of training, overcome a cost of those months will be wasted, right? For that, they have created the AR app, which can show the live data of each and every object, and it can also give the tutorials as well. Imagine you are just opening your phone and just scanning those objects, and you can able to see what's meters, what are the values are there available on that factory. So that's they have created innovation, and they cut off the cost of the training, they cut off the cost of time, right? So that's they have made. Third one, you can see the Starbucks coffee cup, right? So Starbucks had come up with the promotion app a few days back. So they imagine you, and Starbucks is all about the sharing on the internet, right? So imagine in the Starbucks, you just open that app and you just share that screen, right? Open and scan that entire Starbucks cup. All the things will pop up on top of the wall. Isn't it cool? So imagine your name is coming, your avatar is coming, or some kind of Starbucks advertisement is coming, right? So those things will come in there, and then after that, you can able to share those things on top of the in social media, right? So yeah, and fourth one you can see here is the shopping app. So fourth one, you can see the IKEA. So you might have seen that IKEA has created that AI application which lets you to experience the world, experience the furniture inside your own world, inside your own house, inside your hall and kitchen. You can directly experience those things with the help of IKEA application. So imagine it's very costly to buy those what we say the furniture and then put it inside your house, and then you're not able to feel right, and then you can't able to return it, and that's also very costly for company as well as you as well. So that's, to overcome that scenario, they have created the IKEA app, AR app. So you can just place your open your application and just open that furnitures you want, and you can just change the customization, change the size, change the shape, and all the stuff you can able to do it, and you can able to experience those things. Once you're happy, you can just directly order from the IKEA. Also, Flipkart has currently a few months back, I think, so they have come up with the same solution with the for furnitures. So Flipkart and IKEA has come up with the AR solutions. And the fifth one, most of you have seen the ads of Lenskart, right? Lenskart has a try-on glasses feature. So you just open the app, it can detect your face, and it can show what's how the glasses will look like on top of you, how the colors and size and all those things will match on top of you. That's the more innovative. That's a very small thing, by the way, very small thing, but it's very much effective and very much it can attract the more customers and solves their problem, right? Also, as I told you a few minutes before, that games such as Niantic and even the Instagram filters has some games as well. So those are the AR things as well. So these are the things happening, and these are more things happening as well, but these are the major things happening in the AR industry. Next, we'll go to the, yeah, let's go to the VR industries. So let's talk about the VR. Imagine the use cases of VR here. So in the first image, you can see here, the automobile design and innovation has done by a company called JLR, right? So imagine there is an engine and you want to remote access and you want to train those things. And these are the complex things that engineer has to know before he work in that factory, right? So they have created the automobile design and as well as innovation system. So you can see the live data of those engine components, and you can tweak it and you can change the results. You can see the results and you can send to the production factory. So that's more convenient than doing those things in the real world, real environment and real objects, right? So that's more costly. So to overcome that situation, they have created this VR application. Second one, you might have seen that Gravity Sketch. Gravity Sketch is nothing but creating raw designs for any product. So imagine you want to create a product like table, you want to create a product of a kind of a car, and you want to design those things. You want to see the curves and all that. You want to just take it. So designing in the traditional software is not intuitive right now. So it's very complex and it has very much vast learning curve, right? To overcome that, they have created the Gravity Sketch. It's very simple, intuitive, and it's like a naturally brushing a paintbrush, and you just have a canvas, 3D canvas, and you can create a product designs, right? So that kind of stuff is happening. Third one is also VR. So also VR is a VR for healthcare and training placement. So in the healthcare, imagine you have marriage, and in that, imagine you don't want to make any mistakes in that. So for that, before they have a training for the patients, so they can test out those small things, and they can learn from the virtual world first, then they can go to the real patients. So that's the cost cutting. Also, it's very much effective in terms of healthcare society. And the fourth one is the shopping. So imagine store products and experience by Audi. Audi has, for customers, Audi has created some application. The application lets you experience those cars, those engines, and those voice and or advertisement. All this thing we're going to experience inside the VR with the help of the Audi VR application. They have created a kind of a custom experience with the help of VR. And the real estate also is created by real estate engineering also has been helpful in the VR. Imagine you want to design, you can want to see the strength of the material, you want to see the angles and all the stuff, and see the loads it is capable or not. So for simulating that kind of scenario of bridge or any building, they have created a software called Matterport 3D. So yeah, these are the VR examples currently happening. In the MR, Microsoft has come up with the HoloLens, and that was the most capable and most strong contender in the MR industry, right? So they have also come up with the medical education application for the Microsoft HoloLens. So you can learn small things inside your brain with the help of, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can see the slides, you can see the flow, how it flows inside, the blood is flowing inside of your body, that kind of stuff. You can learn, you can learn more things more intuitively and more easily if there is a visual feedback is there, right? So instead of just text and audio, you can able to learn by your visual perspectives, right? So these are things in the medical education done by Microsoft. And also in the Boeing, the Boeing, that one of the best aircraft maker company, right? So they have created the so imagine there is an engine, and you don't want to make any kind of mistake for in the any aircraft, right? So overcome that, they have created a virtual environment for entire plane, for engines to flaps and all the stuff. So they have come up with that solution so that they can cut the cost, they can train very fast, and they can deploy the training stuff as well, right? So even the Lucasfilm from Hollywood, and they have created a kind of a beforehand. Imagine before exporting them in or using in the movie, they want to explain what will look like inside of being a part of that movie, so they can come up with a better idea. So they have created a kind of a entertainment hub where they can see the 3D stuff happening in front of them, right? So that's very interesting, by the way. Also, a few years back, many of you seen that the Google Glass. That's one of the first MR headset. So that's the industries up to currently in the AR, VR, MR things. Also, being this year, I think most of the innovation happening. So yeah, let's see what's happening in this year. So these are the key players, by the way. These are the key players in the industry for AR, VR, MR industry. You might have known the Facebook Meta and Magic Leap, which has its own MR headset. HTC, which has biggest, biggest market share in the VR industry right now. Also Microsoft Vuforia for AR, Sony for the PlayStations and games and AR games and all the stuff. Google for AR Core. They have come up with, they have innovated so many things, and they are constantly innovating in this industry, right? So let's start with the metaverse, right? Many of you have heard about the buzzword, right? Buzzword about the metaverse. Everything is everywhere. There's somewhere you can see the word metaverse, right? So what is metaverse, by the way? Many of you don't know, or many of you know, many of you play games inside the metaverse. Many of you invest in the cryptocurrency and blah blah blah. So everything is related to that stuff. So let's unfold those things one by one. So hope you so you can understand very neatly. Okay. So what is metaverse? Metaverse is meta and verse. It defined with the two words. What is meta? Meta is a metaphor. Metaphor is a form of representation that stands for something else. It's like a virtual thing for something. So each thing. So imagine a school. Imagine a club. Imagine a social path. Imagine a mall. You want to duplicate those things and create their own universe. It's like a virtual universe. That's where the metaverse come from, right? You can see that this the what is metaverse. I will explain you. So imagine a cricket match. You watch in the cricket match two ways. First of all, you watch in the 2D flat screen TVs, and secondly, you watch in the stadium, right? But what if you want to be in that? You don't want to spend. You want to go to the stadium, and you don't want to spend that much money for the stadium, right? So imagine you are being that in that stadium with the side of your and whatever Virat Kohli or someone and that stadium, and you are watching this exact match in front of them in the inside the medium, inside the ground, inside the pitch, right? You can be that with the help of 360 videos. So imagine this nothing but is the part of the video. You and your friends are surrounding that stadium, and you're all watching inside, being the part of the match, right? So that's what the metaverse is. Again, in the movie scenario, Hollywood scenario. So imagine you are normally you see the what do you say, the 3D movies with the 2D flat screen. That's not fair, right? To 3D movies and 2D flat screen, and that doesn't match, right? So being a part of the movie, like imagine here in the Jurassic Park movie, you are being part of that movie right now. In the you can see 360 videos, by the way. 360 videos, what is happening in front of you, what is happening back and behind you. Everywhere is something happening. So imagine the future of movies right now. So that's where the feel will look like and feel like in the metaverse. Also, there's a if you just research about the social media right now, what is happening in the social media in psychological manner, right? So many of you use this filter. Many of them don't want to put the DPs. Many of use so many just explain their life more better than they are actually right now, right? So imagine you don't want to cut off all those things. You don't want to share what you are. You want to be someone. You want to be a kind of a movie star. You want to be a sport person. You want to be like a fashion person. You can be like this in the metaverse. So there are avatars, by the way. Avatar is come up from Hindi word, Sanskrit word avatar. So avatar is nothing but a 3D character of yours. So you can customize those characters, you can purchase those character dresses and all those stuff. You can be like this, anything you want. Imagine someone is skeptical about their heights. Imagine someone is skeptical about the skin tone. There's nothing but nothing inside the metaverse. You can be anyone and you can be in anywhere, right? So that's the beauty of metaverse. It's cutting the barriers, cutting the problems of the current society. And as I told you, teleport anywhere. What I mean by that, that's the most important part of the metaverse, by the way. So imagine somewhere sometime you are doing surfing, or you are doing playing hockey with friends, and after some time you being in the beach and you are watching the seas and watching the oceans and enjoying the things, right? So you can be anywhere in the world as long as it has a that 3D what world has already created, or we have a 3D things or 360 things of that location, and it will be adding more and more as this metaverse is going to be grip inside a industry, right? Also, as I told you before, visual knowledge is far more better than the actually reading things and listening things, right? So imagine you are touching entire things. So imagine you are learning our class, you are learning our geography, and you just read those things, that statistics and all the stuff. You're not understanding those things. You're not understanding the scale of it. You are not understanding the look of it and all the stuff, right? So in the metaverse, you're going to learn, you're going to touch those things. You imagine here in the example of any planet, you can see this size, you can see the colors, you can see what is happening currently, what is the gravity, how it works, everything. You can see the visually, right? So you can able to learn more faster than the traditional scenes. Like even the videos, you can't able to understand this until you understand the physical things, understand the exact this properties of those things, and you can feel it with the help of metaverse, right? So that's how, what's the benefit of the metaverse. So let's talk about the metaverse and meta universe and metaverse. So there are there are so many games that currently right now in the metaverse. You can might have seen a Mobox, Sandbox, and next one is decentralized. All those things are happening right now. So they have come up with the different solutions and different worlds and universe within inside that game, right? So first we'll talk about the Sandbox. Sandbox is one of the most popular game in the metaverse currently right now. So in that Sandbox, you have a 3 step. First one is you can create your own voxel world. You can create your own 3D world, and actually you can own create it. It's not like your experience their own world like the game developer has created. You can create own world, like you want to feel like your old ground and old school and all the stuff. You want to feel that, you can just create those things and come up just call your friends and they come up there and you'll just feel those entire thing, right? So they have, for that we have they have a voxel editor. You can create your own 3D worlds. Second one, in the Sandbox we have a sale assets and assets under store and like this. So imagine you are created your avatar, and the avatar and the dresses and the glasses and everything on the avatar, or any asset like a sword and any fire sticks, something. So you can create your own things and you can sell those things like in the real world. Like imagine someone is fashion designer and those who want to create the clothes and those want to share send or sell those clothes, right? So those things also possible in the metaverse by creating your own avatar and creating the dresses store and put it on the store. And what is it for as an NFT, by the way? I'll explain what is NFT later on, but just bear with me. So you just share those things on the platform and you can earn from there as well. And also third one, as I told you, create your own games, create your own scenarios, and you can monetize them. Imagine in the Sandbox you want to create a kind of a concert. So concert, you have created kind of stage and lights, and you could call off some kind of celebrity, and you can just monetize those things. You can send a you can create a tickets, and only tickets who has who has purchased the tickets can come over and just do their stuff. So that's how you can go into monetize in the metaverse. And so last but not the least is the sell the land. Imagine you have created, as I told you, create a concerned scene and concerned concert, voila, jo bhi hai, lights and stage and all the stuff, and you have created land. Then after after your concert is done, you can just rent it out or you can sell those things readily available, right? So on other people want to have a concert, they can just purchase from you and just do their own stuff, right? So that's how the monetization work in the metaverse here in the case of Sandbox. So to all these economical things, how are you going to do that? With the help of cryptocurrency, right? So here in the Sandbox, we have a token called SAND, which is a token, governance token for doing all the purchases, all the things inside this world. So anything you can purchase places, purchase land, you can sell the tickets, everything with the help of this token called SAND, right? Next one is a Decentraland, is the another game, another metaverse. It's also metaverse as well as the game. Somewhere we can call it as a game, somewhere we call it as an experience metaverse. So yeah, so what is decentralized? It's a decentralized land. What that means, by the way, is decentralization is another different word. Let me explain first decentralization and then I will explain the entire decentralized land. Okay. So decentralization is nothing but no one owns that game. No one owns that metaverse. Why? Because it's on the blockchain. It's on the cryptocurrency. There's no one owner. Everyone who has purchased that token, stand or mana has right to do what is it, the updates and all the stuff, to vote and to publish the updates. So no one, this game is not going to be shut down by anyone else. So that's the beauty of the metaverse. Imagine you have purchased the land in the metaverse, and some after a few years the grip is down and no one is there, and the company wants to shut off the game. No, that's not going to happen, because it's no one's entity to shut this down unless until all the holders will authorize that it has to be shut down. Unless until not going to shut down at all, right? So that's the decentralization of the cryptocurrency. We'll explain you later on what is blockchain and how the decentralization works. So before that, we'll learn about the what is the in the decentralized game, right? So in the decentralized land, we have a small fragments of the lands. That's why it's called a decentralized land. So in the first small fragments of land, like a city area, imagine you're Pune city, and there are so many fragments like malls and homes and complexes and all the stuff is there, right? That kind of small fragments also in there in the metaverse. So they have created each parcel. The parcel is nothing but the land of the section of 16 by 16 meters. Inside that, you can just purchase those land and you can develop entire your things as well. You can develop game zones, you can develop the cafes and all the stuff on that top of that land. Okay, as I told you, there's no one's separate entity unless until you purchase it. No one can destroy that game, no one can tweak that game unless until you vote for it, right? So that's how the decentralized land work. And the token for doing all those purchases, all the things within inside decentralized is called mana. So mana is a token for it's a kind of a cryptocurrency for purchasing all the things inside a decentralized land. So yeah, so how are you going to purchase those lands, right? So imagine it's your land, so you are purchased it in your account, but how are you going to say that it's only your land only, right? So to do that, in the cryptocurrency, in the metaverse, we have an NFT. So NFT, in the NFT, with the help of NFT, you can just say that it's your entity, it's your digital asset, and it's whenever you share those things, imagine there's a sword, there's a dress inside a metaverse. So in the dress, you just know anyone can copy that dress, anyone can share that dress currently in the fashions, right? But here we can't able to do that. You always know who is the real owner inside a metaverse of any digital asset. That's the beauty of NFT. I will explain the NFT after this slide. So NFT is the buzz currently going on from the last year, right? 2021 is the year of NFTs. So we have NFTs called Crypto Punk and Bored Ape and Belugis and all the stuff, right? So even you can see the life of 5,000 years something, that's the NFT has sold for $69 million. You might see what's that image going to do. You can just right click on that and you can just download it, right? But it's the old, it's the nothing, it's not about the, it's like you can same download the Mona Lisa painting with the right click, right? But real Mona Lisa painting has some values, right? Here, there we have a physical real Mona Lisa painting. But in the digital world, like images, JPEGs, MP4, who is going to authorize that, right? Anyone can download it, anyone can share. You can't able to track it down for the original file, right? To do that, to track that thing and to understand who is the real owner of that content, we have an NFT. That's why it's getting currently grip in the market right now. So currently these are the top selling NFTs right now. The CryptoPunk and Bored Ape Art Cup, which for 400K, sold for 400K and more currently right now. So what is NFT, by the way? We'll cover it right now. So imagine, so first I will explain the what is NFT. NFT is nothing but non-fungible token. Okay. So what is non-fungible, by the way? Non-fungible is nothing but fungible is replaceable. So what is not replaceable, it's non-fungible, right? So here we can see in the image, these are the fungible assets, which is tangible and intangible. So imagine a bar of gold you have purchased and it has some values. But Other person also could have that kind of bar, and imagine there is a rupee coin. Other person also have that, the value is same, but everybody has that. This thing, the element is replaceable. I'll replace with the, I will give the 1 rupees coin, you can give me the 1 rupees coin. The transaction is done, but not the value of that thing, like it's your own entity is not proven, right? To understand those things, to prove that that's its own thing, we have a NFTs. Imagine, as I told you the example of Mona Lisa. So you imagine your home, you have customized your home, it's your home, and you have created, you have painted it, you have memories inside that home. It's a in non-fungible thing. So you can't able to replace, you can go to the another home, you can't able to feel that exactly things inside that new home, right? So it's non-replaceable thing. It's attached with your memory, attached with your things that you have done for that home. It's a non-fungible thing, but it's a tangible, you can see it, you can feel it. But what about the for the digital things? So you imagine you have created a Photoshop file and you have created some kind of art, right? So anyone can download it. How are you going to prove that it's yours? No, you can't. So that's where the NFT comes in. So it's a kind of proof of digital asset. So it's your thing and it's stored on the blockchain for forever. No one going to see that, you say that it's your, because it's been stored for forever on the blockchain, right? So imagine, also I'll give another example. Imagine you have a pen and you have customized it, like you have created kind of a art on that pen, and you have created on your own name on that pen. So imagine you just buy another pen same like that from the store. Will it be same? No, because one is a, you can just replace it with any other pen, but another you have customized it. So you have customized it, it's non-replaceable, that's why it's a non-fungible. So that's the difference between fungible and non-fungible. And now let's come up with the T. What is T? Is the token. Token is for digital things who you have created your storage, your thing inside a blockchain, you have just stored on the blockchain, and those block has been stored forever in the blockchain. So data has been stored on the blockchain. So that's the difference between that. So you might have seen that these are the funny images here, they are selling for funny prices. So what's the deal with the NFT? So as I told you, the what is you, if you want to showcase your things like your songs, your videos, and you don't want anyone say that it's my authority, it's my video. To do that, we have NFTs. Here we are we have some examples of NFT which practically has been used in the digital world. First one is the gaming. You can see that first one is this one is the Axie Infinity game, where you can create your own axes and you can just play around with those axes and earn money. So those axes, what you have created, you can sell it and you can purchase it, but it will be always your entity. It will be always copyrighted as your thing, right? In the gaming, they have used that way. In the art, like imagine digital art that we have seen that images previously like this. These are the digital art. If you want to say that it's your entity, then you can just put it on the blockchain, mint it, and it's your NFT, and it's all yours property, right? For that, in the art, we have used like that. And as I told you, events. So events and tickets. So imagine in the metaverse, you're creating the kind of concert, and for that, we have created kind of NFT as a pass for that concert. So in that scenario, we can also use that. And virtual lands, as I told you. So imagine you created bought a virtual land on the sandbox for a few millions, and no one will, even the game will not able to shut it down or replace those users and replace those information, because it's stored on the blockchain, which is not going to be erased at all. So that's how the NFT practical use is going to be on the games. Also, in the real world as well, for if you have if you are an artist and you have created your song or you have created a video, you can just license those things, and you can save it and as NFT, and that's it. It's always your property. like this. So the blockchain, right? So how all those things will work just because of this technology. What is this technology? It's called a blockchain. Many of has many of you just heard of this word, but never understand what is actually the blockchain. Let's understand it. Let's try to understand it. Okay. So first one, um, transaction is requested and authentic. Imagine, first of all, I'll explain you how the transaction appears in the blockchain. Imagine if you just do what to say payment to the Domino's, right? You have 100 rupees in the bank, you scan, you pay to the 100 rupees. So what is happening in the background, by the way? Bank will check that you have 100 rupees or more, then it will pass. It will check, it is authorized. Also, bank will check that who you going to send the money, right? Like in this case, the Domino's. They have account, then pass. Then the transaction has been done. But all these things currently in the banking system has stored in privately. Either you can see it or the bank can see it, but no one else can see the transactions you had done, right? To overcome that, they have created the blockchain. Imagine to remove the banking system inside our economy, we have a blockchain. So once you send some money to the another recipient, like a few bitcoins, you're saying to your friends. So who is going to authorize that you have that kind of what do you say bitcoin? How that much bitcoins, and who is going to authorize that there is a kind of a user that you are sending, right? So imagine the transaction has been sent, requested. The block is created, and that exact moment once you send the money, then what's happening? The block's information has been broadcasted to each and everyone who is using that network. Like here, the Bitcoin users, the Bitcoin miners, they will authorize, almost thousands and thousands of people will authorize that this transaction is valid and this has been proven, right? This transaction has been valid. So they will say, yes, that Hemant has few bitcoins. Yes, he has few or more bitcoins. Then it's right. And there is a kind of user who is going to say, yes, it is also authorized user. Then everyone will say tick, 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 tick. And all the money has been sent to that user. This is how the transaction works without the bank, right? So here we can see all the transaction has approved. Then the nodes, whatever the bitcoins I was saying is going to be in that account, and also the whatever the transaction is happening between my account and his account, it will be stored in the publicly on the blockchain. So you can see, everyone can see who has sent how much money to who, right? So this is how we're going to validate the entire blockchain. Yeah, right. So imagine the metaverse. As I told you, the land purchase is happening in the metaverse. Imagine in the example of Decentraland. In the Decentraland, we have a small blocks that I told you, right? We can just arrange those game zones and cafes and clubs, and you can develop those, like developing the real estate. You can also develop the digital estate. So imagine Atari has come up with his own gaming zone for Decentraland. So user can go there, and user can play those things. Later, Atari can monetize those things to playing and earning. You can seem like a malls. You can go there and put some bitcoins, and you can just play that game. So this is how the economy works inside Decentraland and Atari. Also, they have malls, they have cinema halls, and they have all the kind of concert and festival. It can happen in the Decentraland because it's not a one user's entity, developer. You can make your own things, and you can invite anyone inside that. So that's why it's very much fun than the traditional games, right? Also, as I told you before, we have say buying, selling things in the metaverse, like creating your own land, creating your own assets like caps and your dresses and shoes and arts and all those styles and anything you can just sell it and anyone can purchase it. And that, by the way, those assets are the entities, because it has to prove that it's your own entity. and hence you can sell it and you can purchase those things as well. So that's how the economy in the metaverse works. Also, in the future, imagine you have created a scene, a thing inside your own land in the metaverse. So you can just create, just create advertisement, and you can call the advertise and publish those ads, and you can earn the rewards, you can earn the money, and this is how the economics and in the advertisement works in the metaverse. Also, imagine just forget about the going to the malls and purchasing something physically and just coming back. You can say have the same experience in the sitting in the home. You can just go to the mall in the metaverse and you can just purchase those things. You can try it on those things. You can just payment give the payments with the metaverse. Everything will going to happen in the future. So currently, what is happening as of in the year of till year of the 2025, the AR VR market will hit approximately around 7.766 billion, and registering of 73.7 CAGR report. It has been done by the MRFR company, right? So this is what's happening in the AR VR MR industry right now. I will just share my students' work currently. So here it is. Let me share. Hope you can see the screen. Yeah. Yeah. So these are the work has been done by IMD students last semester. Okay. Hope you can hear the voice of it. So this is the AR app done by Chonika, or IMD student. She has created kind of a painting, a VR painting app, which we can just here there we can just be inside that painting and explore the 3D world within the AR environment. So you can see here. So here, with the help of AR portal, she can go inside that painting and she can see what the painter has imagined before painting this art, right? So here, inside the
yellow house, he prepared the room himself with simple furniture and with his own work on the wall. The bright colors were meant to express absolute repose. I saw my canvases again after the best was the bedroom, he said.
You can go outside the painting as well. It's a kind of portal, small portal of painting. Here's another portal. Here's another portal of another famous painting. So you can see the real world and also see the portal. You can go inside the painting and feel the environment in the 3D format.
The elephant is a recurring theme. There are various cultural depictions of elephants, where they are often.
Yeah. So another, this one is very interesting, by the way. This one is AR traffic park, which is actually physically placed in the Aund, Pune. So they are come up with the solution that imagine the park where a traffic park where children can go and learn about the traffic rules with the help of AR, gamified AR. So you can see here. So you can scan this the Chota Bheem image where it's actually in the Aund, and once you scan this, the game will start. for level 1, you have to scan the floor, scan the road, and the game will appear in front of you. You can see here. Virtual car has been appeared, and there is small learning curve, learning things within that park. You can see those cars are virtual, right?
Look around you. Shuki is in trouble.
It's a small gamified version, and you have to just tap on the users, and once the green signal is there, green walking signal is there, you can just tap on the user and you can pass.
Are seatbelts required for driving? Can you help the vehicles to cross the road?
Once you do your thing, you can just collect the luggage and this is a small glimpse of the entire game, by the way. There are so many levels and so many things to learn inside this application. This one is another done by Sachin, who has created a virtual painting store where you can just paint those virtual environment and you can see the colors. That's the problem with the actual real paints. You can't able to understand unless until it's getting paint on the walls, right? To overcome that, they have created the virtual experiences where you can just paint your walls, you can set the tiles, set the wallpapers, and you can just purchase those things within the VR. You can add to the cart, and once you purchase it, the paint will arrive at your home. So here you can see the tiles, flooring. You can just change it, and you can see different tilings before you're going to purchase this. Also, you can see how the lighting going to work on the floors, on the paints, and you can see and you can experience those things. Also, once you're done with flooring, you can also give the textures to the floor and the walls. See, isn't it realistic? So before purchasing and making mistakes, you can just experience and see those things in the real life. So here we can see the texture has been applied. So wallpapers and all the stuff, it has the textures, right? So you can just apply those and you can see it. Let's start with the Q&A right now. Okay, so I hope you have seen some questions. Let me go to the questions. And so Sailesh has asked, is knowledge of the coding required for being an immersive designer? No. So Sailesh, to answer that, we have students from different disciplines, such as art, such as engineering, and anywhere from even the management background as well. So you don't have to know the coding. You have to have kind of a gist to understand, to learn about the digital stuff. That's more than enough for being an immersive media designer. Later, we can learn the simple basics of coding, and I'll be guiding you throughout the entire course for learning the coding, right? If you have any other questions, you can just share in the chat. So Shilpa has asked that is course how much the duration of the course. So the duration of the course is a 2 years. It's the master's course, so it's a 2 years. And the actual we are going to be in the college for 3 semesters, and the last semester you're going to be in the industry for the internship. And yeah, the offline college has been started from now, from 15th of December. So everyone is in the campus.
So all of you have gone through what Hemant sir has shown you, and that was you must have got a lot of information about what is happening with immersive media and what is happening with, even metaverse. And we talk about so many things, and we talk about, how the applications of AR, VR, and XR is happening. So now I'm just taking you to take you how immersive media design as a program, what is happening with the our program, immersive media design. So you have already seen the how we are, what are the approach, what are the things that we are doing, and we have seen also some of our students' work, right? So I'm going to talk about little bit about our university, MIT ADT University, and I will talk about our MIT IMD, which is Immersive Media Design. So our institute, ADT University, is so huge campus. It got a huge campus, and we have having, like, there are two kind of things. We have a technological and management cluster, and we have a creative cluster. In the creative cluster, we are having MIT Institute of Design, MIT other clusters like other institutes like architecture and music and all. So in MIT Institute of Design, it is established in 2006. So last 16 years, we have been like putting so many, our graduates are in the industry, and it is well established, and we have different programs offered, like in industrial design, communication design, experience design. We have user experience as immersive media design, then fashion management, then automotive sculpting, and so on. So what is immersive media design as a course? So it is a 2 years master's program. See, as we saw, there's so much of knowledge, so much of data is now, it is available to us, and how to manage the data, how the management, and how we are engaging, that's become more immersive. So now we have, like, in immersive media, it is actually amalgam of all the disciplines. Like, it has we teach also animation, basic animation, we teach UI UX, we teach film and video making, and there's a system design and thing like that. And we are coming up with using technologies also. So what is important here is technology, and technology make it, business viable. But how to use the design, how to use the technology, that's where the designer's roles comes. And that is why the immersive media designers, they use those technology for the purpose. So here we are having, like, things like, we are talking about design applications, which are like in health sector, education, social awareness, campaign. Then you have manufacturing training, then special needs training, futuristic research, events, and then like 3D projection, or you talk about smart city, you have a car experience. All that thing is coming into immersive media design. And we are actually also incorporating the different inputs from different disciplines also. One side it is technology, another side is the other disciplines. So, in fact, John Mida is actually a designer as well as a tech guy, hence come up with his research, and he has said there are 10 emerging trends which is the going to biggest impact on design, like augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence and machine learning, behavioral tracking, modeling, 3D printing, and then algorithmic design, crowdsourcing, open source, facial and voice recognition. So all this is leading to immersive media design. So I'll talk about the curriculum also. I'll show you how we are actually talking about immersive media design. What are we are covering? So we see most important fact in the any kind of communication as well as any kind of engagement or immersive experience is narratives, and how storytelling important in this way of actually doing design. So we have a course, very interesting course. We talk about before actually going into digital, we actually take it very physical way of understanding the all these elements of like senses, and we create the whole story within a story. We talk about from build up a story, and then student has to enact that, and using the physical senses and all, including lighting or smell or even texture and thing like that. So it's a very interesting course. Then we are having principle of designs. We talk about a lot of things into how design principles works, semiotics, visual representations, Gestalt law, and various things. We talk about then form and space. As I said, we don't start directly.
I think there must be a kind of a glitch. So before that, I will just explain, give some answers that we have asked in the chat. So here, Nina, softwares like AutoCAD exist in already and creating virtual, right? So AutoCAD is a 2D software, first of all, and there are two problems here. First one, VR is not only for designing things that like AutoCAD or creative environments. VR, yeah, VR is for experiencing and interacting those things within that inside that 3D models. So if you want to, if you can create a AutoCAD model, you can import in the VR, and you can add kind of interactions like opening doors and clicking the UIs and all inside of VR. That's the difference between that. Secondly, in the AutoCAD traditional software, once imagine you must have to see that gravity sketch. So inside that, it's the kind of a modeling software, but you can just explore those things with the help of the slides, like human interactions. Imagine you want to create a line, so line will appear like this, like you are painting those things inside of 3D world. So that's the beauty of the VR. So you can make it more natural 3D environment and make it more. You can see entire 360 view of same model within your glimpse. So that's the difference between VR and AutoCAD. And again, we can add the interactions also inside of VR, right? Yeah, Darshini also asked something. So yeah, for the skill set to require for the getting admission in this immersive media design, you have to have kind of a gist, and you have to be updated with the current technologies. So first, gist means you have to understand the real 3D spaces, how it works, and how the 3D environment works, and how the interactions is going to be inside the world. If you have a theoretical knowledge of all those things, that's more than enough, I would suggest. The other things like 3D modeling or creating interaction with the help of coding, we're going to be covering, and we'll start from the scratch so that each and every person which has a different background will be able to understand those things. I hope you get the answer. Yeah. Yes, the portfolio will required for admissions. All this information is on the MIT's website. You can just check it out. No, it's not required. If you have any experience or if you have any knowledge about the AR, that's a plus point, but it's not required. Most of the classes, yeah, there will not be any online classes from now. Because institute has started offline lectures and classes from 15th of February. So if you have any queries, you can see the chat. We have a phone number and animation email ID. You can just ping to them. Yeah, Shailesh has asked that what are the job opportunities currently happening. So, all in the previous batch, all of the students has been placed to the various companies. Some are in the Pune, some are in the Bangalore, and so on. So, few of them has also placed in the MNCs like Accenture and Siemens. So, we have a lot of opportunities currently going on, such as in training placements, such as training and education placements, such as medical industry, such as even the Geo has come up with their Geo Glass. They have started to development so many things currently. Even my student also working in the Geo Glass. So yeah, there are so many things happening right now, and we have so many opportunities in the AR/VR.
Yeah. Yeah, again, some glitches happened. Okay. Yeah, so we are having, it has to be, of course, offline because the course is required the understanding as well. It has to be hands-on. So we, of course, we did some online curriculum and all with that, but we also called our students and they did the thing, finally with the offline mode and they worked on the AR/VR. So yeah, I think any other questions you are having? You able to get what we have talked about, like our course curriculum, like I was talking about the course curriculum. It is in the end of that our this thing. So we will be interested that if you have any questions, you can approach to us, and then let's. Any other question you are having, Hemant? Any other questions are there?
Yeah, Nina has asked something. Can I talk about the artificial intelligence and machine learning? Yeah, Nina, we'll look forward it and we'll create another session of Aabhasi Duniya, maybe 3.0, and in that we can talk about the AI and machine learning. Yeah.
See what is happening with the now, like we are talking about technology, we are talking about new things and innovative things. So these are combined things are happening, and it's a very evolving process. Like as a immersive media, as an industry, it's also evolving worldwide. And we are also in terms of it's a very new thing, so it has a very promising career. And we got a very good response from the industry.
I think there might be a glitch again. Sorry for that. So yeah, I think I have covered all the questions. Yeah, Nina, yes, also we'll look forward to another webinar about AI and machine learning. Yeah, I hope I have covered each questions. Yeah, I think I'll let Bhavika to conclude this session. Bhavika?
So I would like to thank Professor Shakti sir and Professor Hemant sir for the most interesting session. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you to all the coordinators and technical support team. To know more about MIT Institute of Design, kindly visit our website and kindly get in touch with the admission team for any further queries. Thank you all, and I request the technical team to please play the AV of MIT Institute of Design. Thank you all.
I make the world graphical.
I add value through my products.
I am an animator.
I am a filmmaker.
I develop trends.
I transform designs to reality.
I create environments.
I translate stories to furniture.
I design experiences.
I'm an immersive media designer.
I design mobility.
This is not only a design institute.
This is a design lab.